Hi guys, JW4 here again, and now I got a really good update for you. I've gotten some new hardware into my shop, and I'm really happy to get it open and see what's actually in the box. So let me show you just, if I take the camera down here, the Corsair Vengance C70, as said, both up there and down there. And now if we look at the box, let's see what's the first impression is. We got a military style case. Both we can see it here on the writing, it's kind of a more hardcore, maybe military style. 2 dust filters, some very unique side paneling. We've got 6 drive bays, 3 optical, seems to be space for both a 240mm rad and a no, I think it's a 240 and 280, I guess, radiator or just plain fan mounts. There seems to be a fan up there, pressure, or I actually don't know what kind of optimization that thing has. But let's crack on, let's get it open, and I think it'll be good if I just put the camera, let's see how's the angle of that. Alright, I think this will do the trick. Oops, something kind of links there. Alright, that looks kind of cool. Alright, so let's crack on and open this thing. So, I actually bought a case before, I think you saw it in the flashback, that I bought a Cool Master Half X, but it was too big for my shop. That's why, you know, I never did. You saw me roll it a bit, use the wheels, and it actually worked very well. I have nothing against the case except that it's very big. So that's kind of the thing. Let me see. Ooh, I got this all the way from Denmark. So there we got it. And let me just let me see if I can open this thing. There we go. And okay, I think we've got it somewhat here. Yeah. Get it open. And the other piece of hard foam stuck to the box. Okay. Let me see if I can't get this thing off before I turn it over. There. Ooh, this one looks really good. It'll fit perfectly where I'm giving it. Okay. So let's just. It may look like I'm struggling with it, but that's just because of all the creepy angles, but ouch! Electronic shock there. Alright, so we got the instruction manual, who needs this? And now then, we've got a case. Let me give you a tour of it with the camera in tow. So here's the case. The Corsair Vengance C70 in all its glory and fineness and stuff. And let's first check the front. We've got a grill here, which looks like dust filters in there. Yeah, it's dust filters. Can support 2 120mm fans behind here. We've got, whoa, all of this is metal. Listen here. Yeah, it's all metal, which is, whoa, even these are metal. That's really a nice touch. Well done, Corsair. Kudos. That's nice. So we got the start button here. No actual, almost no tactile feedback on this thing. We've got hard drive light. Hard drive light. Audio out and audio in. Headset and microphone jack. 2 USB 3 ports. I'm really happy for those. And this little button right here. I think it's really cool. It's really one of those nifty little features that's really enjoyable in a case like this. It's a very unique case, though, I got to say. It's a very special kind of case. Whoops. Okay, so sorry about that, guys. The phone rang, as you heard. But let me just show you one thing about the handles. You see here, they flick back, and they're really they're blah 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 blah, really well fastened to the case. And here we have for shock absorption here, so the fans won't go or rather, yeah, use the case as an audio amplifier, you might say. But let's check and see how well they hold up. Now that is really sturdy. I am very well confident now to trust my case, or rather trust my system to this case. So if I can just get this little piece of thing off here. There we go now. That's... Sadly, I do not like the style they've gone with making this. I would rather have had a full. I'm probably going to change this thing out. Although not at the moment. Hey, even these are metal. Everything here is metal, so that's good. Let me see if I can get this opened. There. Actually, that one sat pretty hard. So, that is how I open the case. And, let's check out the inside, shall we? So we've got the hard drive base. These may look flimsy, but I think they're gonna be they feel sturdy already, but I think they're gonna be really good once I get a hard drive in. And then here we got some accessories and stuff. Let's check that out later. Ooh, they've already mounted the support for a standard ATX. That's good. That's very good. Thank you, Corsair. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 expansion slots. That's good. And here we have a regular fan, and nothing too big about that. It's a good fan. There seems to be plenty of room up here for a radiator, and I'm going to be water cooling in this, so that's good. These hard drive bays are removable with thumb screws, even though they're really hard on. But you can actually move these and put either a radiator on here, or you could have a really long, like an Asus Strix graphics card. I was thinking of using an Asus Strix not in my system, but I checked it out and it wouldn't fit in my current case, which is this thing right over here, an Antec 900. Yeah, let's go on to the back side. Let's open it up. These things are not going to fall off anytime soon, I tell you. They are not. Oh, and I could also point out the bulging. It's a little bulging out here. They made so you get some more room for your cables and stuff. And woohoo! We've got a huge motherboard cutout. That's good. We've got a hole here for the cables coming from the PSU, and also for here. And all the cables from the front here, the reset button and all that good stuff is coming actually down here, so that's good. That's actually really good. HD audio, you get in there now. And then you also get these little clamps here. Whoa, that one's pretty tight. So that's something that's actually really good. It's gonna help my cable management a lot. And then you get access to all your drive bays here, something no modern case will be without. And you get a good very lot of room behind here for cables. This is gonna be a beauty. Very well done on this case, Corsair, I gotta tell you. And also a cutout here for all the wiring and stuff going up here, like the cable from the extra power CPU power from the PSU. And on the back, let's see how the back looks. Now, oh, whoops, screw fell out. Alright, that's gonna be points for that. That's I have Or maybe that was from the box, it had fallen out of the box. But correct me if I'm mistaken, but I think we've actually got support for both a upside down PSU and a right side up. So you can have the fan both pointing down and up. You got mounting for all of those. Or maybe it's just different sizes. No, I think that's both up and down, I think. And then you got the big cutout here, nothing too special. The PSI slots here and some more ventilation. Water cooling holes up here, some more. All this is kind of a military style with all this diagonal and a very industrial style. But yeah, I think that's it. And I'll be back when I've completed the build. Okay guys, now my rig is assembled and I'll show you how it looks. But if we go down into here we got it. This is the rig. And so I'm going to have to go into the path of my lighting here, but this is the way it looks now. And first of all, I want to address the cable management in this rig. It is phenomenal, and as you can see, I'm a bit of a lazy cable manager, but you see these clips right here. I mean, they did the job perfectly, and if we go around to the other side here, really gotta thank them for those handles, they're a huge help. But if we look in here, you see it looks really good and tidy, at least by my standards. And we got a 240mm rad up here by let me just get one of the lights. You know you're a cheap YouTuber when you have to use lights like this to illuminate your scene. But it is a deep cool, let me see what's the name of the thing, 240EX Captain. And I'll also show you how it looks in the dark later, or darker. I do have a lighting going up around here, but sadly I haven't attached it at the moment. There's still some minor bugs to get done. And I've also tried to stealth my DVD drive. Sadly it's not working. I think I'm gonna have to go back to the old version. It looks terrible though, but it worked. And one thing I gotta say is that change out the fans. I found a couple of Corsair SP120 fans, or what's the name of it? Yeah, I think it was SP20. No, AF Airflow 20 120 lying around in the shop, luckily, because the other ones sound awful. I mean, it sounds like a whole jet engine and the machine could fly away at any moment. So change that out. That's my recommendation. And you could also, if you want, remove these drives right here and have another 240mm rad around here. I think you also have mounts for fans in the bottom somehow, if you're into that. Just to say, I use a Gigabyte C97X UD3H BK Black Edition motherboard. And I cannot run all the fans that this thing supports. I mean, let me see, what could you use at max? 2 fans up here, 1 down there, that's 3. I have actually, sadly, my power supply, I had to open this crapper up some time ago, and you see, pull out the plug for the fan, because the internal fan controller was dead. So, yeah, or at least it didn't run. Something in the system didn't run the way it was supposed to, so I had to do it manually, but it works. But where are we? We have 1 fan, 3, 5, 6, 7 in the front here. Boo, what could you more? If you're really a freak, you could put 1 down here. Yeah. So let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. you could have 8 fans in this thing, and that's not even. Let's say you have, I think it's a Corsair Dominator, one of those RAM series where they have actually tiny, like 80mm fans to cool off the RAM. It's 120 gigabytes of RAM. I mean, it's mad. If you need that, rethink your life. That's all I say. But yeah, and I do want to say one thing. I do want to give a hard criticism to the people who designed this, the front panel. And I gotta say, this looks beautiful. This is charmingly, this is really beautiful. Well done, even though I would like to see that one on the start button. But if I go around here and give a light in there, you see that little thing right up there, that little thing? Well, that is what is holding this thing on. And you have 3 on each side, and it is the worst design I have ever seen. That's my only complaint for this case, is that one. Oh, and another thing, the holes for this. You see, I had to make a homemade solution to be able to fasten the. I couldn't use the rubber grommets there because the holes are too big. The screws for the captain just went straight through. So making those holes a little smaller, thank you, and also making those plastic. That's the only part in this case I want to see plastic. It's that, because let's face it. Have they ever heard of something called metal fatigue? I could break those off if I, within 10 times of removing the front face for changing out fans or cleaning or whatever, you're gonna break them. If you're all violent, you're gonna break them. And if you're careful, you could maybe get up to 15, then you're gonna break them. Or actually, I don't even know if you're gonna make it that much. You're just gonna snap them off. I'm not going to remove that thing before, at least not before I sell off this case, and that'll be in many years. So I'm gonna leave that crap on for now. Yeah, that is probably all I've got to say for the Corsair Vengance C70 case. And oh yeah, I'm actually going to show you a couple more things. First, shut off the light, just to show you how it looks when it's a little darker. Just hope the LED on the captain actually... Man, that thing is very weak as of now. Alright, I think I'm actually going to have to redo something in the BIOS to give the pump always full power. Because like you see it now, it's very weak. The pump's not running very well. But I think I know how I can fix that up. And also, you have to do a lot of tinkering to be able to stealth the hard drive, sadly. And that's GTX MSI GTX 1080 Gaming Plus, just for record. But yeah, I think that's... No, wait, one more thing before we go. And there we have it. The military green Corsair Vengance C70 case. Albeit I have turned their correct panel, I've turned it over so you can see some more into the case, but that is all for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Goodbye.